Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Babe Bulletin podcast, where we talk about self-love, empowerment, boudoir, and anything else that helps us feel like a babe. I am Alicia, and I run a self-love, body-affirming boudoir studio in Wisconsin, and I'm really stoked that you're here. Before we jump into today's episode, just a quick reminder for you, your friends and family, or at least the people in your life who, really care about you and love you and all that good stuff, they don't care what your body looks like. My sister got married recently, and it was a fantastic wedding. We had so much fun. And you know what? She did not care what my weight was. She just wanted me to be a part of her big day. And it's funny because I've been doing like body image coaching and body image work for a long time. And when she asked me to be in her wedding, like 9 months ago, still that first thought was there of like, oh, I should lose weight before her wedding. Guess what? I did not lose any weight before her wedding. And it's fine. That wasn't an expectation that she had set for me. She just wanted me to be a part of her special day. So the people in your life who really love you and who really care about you, they don't care. They just want you to be a part of their moments and their life. Don't stress about what your body looks like. Please just go to the events, do the thing, enjoy the friendships. And I know some folks out there do have important people in their life who maybe do say kind of nasty things or make comments on your weight. And I'm really sorry. That is such a bummer. I wish I could make it all better for you. It just stinks. But please know it's because they're struggling with their own internalized body image issues, their own internalized fat phobia, and they're projecting it on you. Easier said than done, of course, to brush that stuff off. But I hope I hope as you're on this like self-love journey, you can give yourself a little bit of love and eventually understand that they're saying it because they have their own problems. And also, it's okay to set some boundaries with those people, and maybe you just don't hang out with them as much as you could because you got to protect your own mental health. And if they're always commenting on what your body looks like, they are not somebody you should be around. Like I said, the people who, the important people, the cool people in your life, they are not going to care. Your best friends shouldn't care. Your family shouldn't care. They just want you there for the big special moments. And I'm really happy I did it. I took tons of photos with my sister. Her wedding was beautiful. And now we have those memories documented forever. And not a single person cared what I weighed. It didn't matter. So there's my little reminder for you as we begin this episode. Speaking of, let's just segue right in then. The idea of like wanting to lose weight for something, right? When we think about exercise, at least for me growing up, that was something you did only to lose weight. And because of that, I had a really negative relationship with exercise for the majority of my 20s. And that's why today we're going to talk about the joy of moving instead and why joyful movement can really benefit your mind and body. And guess what? It doesn't have anything to do with weight loss. Exercise can actually be a really cool, amazing thing. And we don't have to do it in order to lose 20 pounds, right? We don't have to do it as punishment. We don't have to do it because we just ate a cookie and, you got to burn that off. The stuff I see around exercise on a regular basis, man, it's exhausting. It makes me not want to move my body at all. Come talk to me the day after Thanksgiving. How many of you see countless memes that are like, you just ate all that food, now you gotta go burn all of it off? That's not how this works. You don't need to punish yourself because you had some slices of pumpkin pie one day. That is silly. But we are told that so often and all the time that it doesn't feel silly. It feels like the truth. So let's investigate a little bit together on what joyful movement is, why it's really cool, and why that should be our goal, finding exercise we enjoy instead of focusing on punishing ourselves for eating or our lack of movement or the weight that we gained. We got better ways to move our body than that, okay? I will say for me personally, since choosing Joyful Movement, I have been way more consistent in how often I exercise. Okay, so for me, like I said, growing up, exercise was something that I did not enjoy. I hated gym class. I did not like running. I mean, pretty much every form of exercise that a phys ed teacher gave me was something that I hated. I did not feel good doing it. I was the slowest one in class. It felt humiliating, honestly. Exercise was something that there was a lot of shame around because I felt really stupid doing it in front of other people. And because that was the only form of like movement that I really was exposed to, it just became this very negative thing for me. And I did not want to do it. And then when I went to college and I was finally kind of on my own for the first time, I, of course, was like, I'm not setting foot in that gym. You could not pay me enough money to go to the campus gym. But my friends were like, hey, there's this Zumba class that is going on like a couple times a week. Should we go and check it out? And I was like, yeah, all right. I like dancing. I loved, the high school dances and stuff like that. I'll go check out a Zumba class. I fell in love with it. It was so much fun. It was the first time I had fun exercising at, what is that, 18, 19 years old. The first time I'm really having fun exercising. I probably hadn't had that much fun moving since I was like a little kid playing tag or kickball. So pretty much for my whole like adolescence, here I had been like hating movement. And then thankfully in college, I find something that I enjoy. And I have been consistently doing Zumba for 14 years since that day. I've had to take a bit of a break because I've been dealing with a lot of chronic pain, which is a huge bummer. And I actually feel like I've been kind of grieving not having my like joyful movement around, but I do plan on getting back out there eventually. By December, fingers crossed, you guys, I can be shaking my booty once again. Let's hope so. But like I said, once I found this like form of exercise I really liked, I have been doing it consistently, and it gave me the confidence to go out and explore some other things. I've taken bar classes. I did a pole dancing class. I even like got a gym membership and would go to the gym. Like I do go to the gym now, or at least I did before my body decided to do its own thing and be in pain all of the time. It's great. And in addition to cardio dance classes, I fell in love with hiking and walking. I really enjoy being in my family's like kayak. We don't get out on a Lake Michigan as much as I would maybe want, but life gets busy, right? But I love being on the water. And I enjoy moving now instead of feeling like I have to do it. Or at least I did before, all of this chronic pain stuff set in. If you're dealing also with like a chronic illness or something or chronic pain, you might be in the same place as me right now where there is movement we have to do because we just have to do it in order to keep our bodies like functioning at their best. I don't really enjoy some of the physical therapy that I have to do, but I know that it is what's best for my body. So we're kind of in our own little world sometimes. Maybe joyful movement isn't something that's on the docket for us, but I still think viewing those exercises as something we are doing to help our bodies instead of punishment and instead of, something we have to do to lose weight. I think, that's the mindset I want folks to be in. So if you're listening to this and you're like, I wish I could do joyful movement. I wish I could go back and do the things that I enjoyed, but you just can't right now. I feel you. Okay. I empathize. We are in that boat together. But let's just pretend for a moment that our bodies are working super well and that we can do the exercises we enjoy. I want to chat about how incorporating joyful movement into our lives is super, super good for us and why we should be doing it and why you need to find some exercise that makes you feel all good, okay? First things first, when you have found exercise you enjoy and you're not doing it to punish yourself, believe it or not, it's actually going to improve your mood, right? Who'da thunk? You will be a happier person when you find exercise you enjoy and that makes you happy. This is not rocket science, people. It makes perfect sense, right? This is going to have a big impact on your mental health as well as just like your well-being in general. When you engage in activities that make you happy, you get endorphins and all of those like feel good chemicals in your brain, and that boosts your mood, and that reduces stress, it reduces anxiety, and it even promotes this like sense of pleasure and relaxation, right? It's so good. It feels so good. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Like for me, when I get done with the Zumba class, I'm like, yeah, I did it. Ooh, all those like feel good chemicals in my brain. I feel so accomplished, and I had so much fun doing it. And I feel energized and a little more focused and just optimistic. I feel better throughout the day just from, a quick, 60-minute Zumba class. It's good for my thoughts. It's good for my emotions. I can definitely tell when I am not moving my body on a regular basis, because I'm like, why am I feeling so anxious all of the time? It's one of two things. Either I'm not moving my body, or all I had that day was coffee. It's one of those two things. So if you're like, man, I wish I could just like feel a little bit calmer, go move your body. Go get that out. Shake, run, groove, roller skate, whatever. You can get that like anxiousness out of your body through movement, which is really, really cool. Also, when you're engaging in activities that, you actually enjoy, you are more likely to stick with them. You're going to get this increased sense of motivation. You're probably going to stick to a regular exercise routine when you actually enjoy the workouts that you do. Before I got married, I thought, like, I'm going to be a runner, okay? I'm going to run now. That's who I am. I did feel a lot of pressure from myself, from society. Thankfully, nobody in my family or my husband or anything like that. But I felt pressure to lose weight before my wedding. I think a lot of women out there who are getting married understand what I'm talking about. And I wish I could go back in time and hold, my little face at 25 and be like, no, you don't. But I did. So I started running. I hate running. Why did I think this was going to be for me? But I did. I ran for 6 months straight, something like that. Like every day I ran. And then once I got married, guess what I stopped doing? Running. I hate running. It's just not for me. God bless the people who enjoy it. That is so cool. I don't want to run. I just don't. So I quit. And that's because I didn't enjoy it. But you know what I didn't stop doing? I didn't stop going to Zumba. I didn't stop going for walks and hikes. Actually, I kind of pivoted. Running turned into walking and hiking instead, because that's something I actually enjoy. I would dread sometimes like going for my runs, but I had this like obligation to myself. And then once, like I said, the wedding was done and I was like, cool, I reached my goal. Like I didn't stick with it. And because I didn't look forward to it, I gave up. But with Zumba and with really any cardio dance class that I took, I didn't want to miss a class. I really look forward to those things. And that's, one of the reasons why this like chronic pain thing has been so hard, because I am like grieving the loss of something that I really enjoyed going to. And not only that, but I explored new activities. Like I said just moments ago, I took bar classes and pole dancing classes. I don't think I ever would have done those things if I hadn't enjoyed going to Zumba so much. I certainly don't think I would have been going to a pole dancing class if I didn't have the confidence in dance that like Zumba had instilled in me. So joyful movement, it's going to keep you engaged and excited. You're going to look forward to doing it. And if you are like, man, I haven't found that thing yet, keep exploring. I'll give you another example. My lovely husband, who's sitting here watching me right now because he's also my producer, he has been so consistent with golf. He goes golfing all the time. He's got a membership at this like simulator place. And that's a hard workout. I don't know if you've ever golfed, but like swinging at a ball over and over and over again, it's really hard. I don't know so much about actually being on a golf course where you have a little cart to drive you around and you get to drink beer all day. I'm not really sure what kind of physical exercise we're getting on those days, but I have been to the simulator and I can promise you that is a workout. And he's been going super consistently because he loves it. Well, he says he loves it. Sometimes he comes home and the things that he says, I'm like, do you love this activity? But he assures me he does. He loves golf. And yeah, he is super duper consistent with getting to that, simulated driving range and hitting balls. And he comes home and he's sweaty and he's got calluses and he's like, I gotta take a shower. And it's like, holy smokes, look at you go. Like, you found a form of movement you really enjoy and now you're consistently doing it. But yeah, you just gotta find the thing that makes you happy, and then you're actually gonna want to do it and you're gonna want to keep going. So hopefully you can find that thing for you. It doesn't have to be anything drastic, anything huge. Maybe it is just walks around the park. But once you find it, you're going to really enjoy doing it on a regular basis. The other cool thing about joyful movement that I have found, at least for me, especially being in the field that I'm in, is that it really sparks like a sense of creativity and imagination. I'm a very creative person, and I sometimes do my best brainstorming when I'm working out, which maybe seems a little silly, but I don't know. You get in the zone, right? And you're just experiencing this like sense of freedom. And now your brain can kind of wander and get inspired and think of new ideas and come up with different perspectives or solutions. Maybe you've experienced that as you're doing your exercise, your brain just kind of wanders and like goes to a different place. It's cool because it opens you up to maybe trying new things, stepping outside of your comfort zone a little bit and just like kind of pushing your limits, both physically in the class and then also just like mentally. You might, who knows, be super inspired after class to go, or after your workout to go and do something that you hadn't really thought of before. Or you might be problem solving while you're working out. I don't know. It's pretty cool. Your brain is going to do all sorts of fun things when it's getting those like feel good chemicals, and you just give yourself a chance to just think about the workout that you're doing. And your brain can kind of come up with solutions to maybe problems that you're having, or I don't know, get some like creative ideas. As a photographer, sometimes I get kind of stuck in a rut, and going for walks or hiking or, moving via dance gives my brain a chance to kind of turn everything off and just think about stuff I hadn't really given myself a chance to think about before. Even though loud music is playing, I don't really have the opportunity to think about anything else that's going on in my life except for just kind of moving. And I think giving my brain that break, that's when then like creative juices can kind of get flowing. So it's pretty cool. Maybe you've experienced what I'm talking about. Maybe you haven't, but it's a pretty cool thing when you leave your workout and you're like, I actually feel really inspired to try this thing. And of course, joyful movement is going to improve your physical health, especially if you're doing like nothing right now. If you're like, I have not found any kind of exercise I enjoy. If you were in the same boat as me where you thought exercise was like an area of shame for you, I have been there. I understand. If you can find something you enjoy, you're going to see some improved physical health moments too, which is really cool. And again, I'm not talking like weight loss. I'm talking about things like reducing your risk of like injury and strain, right, on your body. If you're doing proper techniques and you've learned proper form, you're going to get stronger. And then when you're out living your life, you're less likely to get injured. I think women start losing their strength at age 30, right? We got to do stuff to keep that going so that when we are adorable little old ladies, we are less likely to get injured. You're also going to be more likely to challenge yourself at your own pace and your own intensity in order to avoid overtraining or burnout. Like, tell me if you've ever been in a workout class where things were going too hard for you. And you're like, I don't really like this class. And this trainer or this class leader is pushing me too hard. That is not a fun time. I don't know. I don't enjoy that. I don't like being pushed outside of my like physical abilities. I have left workout classes crying because I'm like, that stunk. Like that teacher left me in the dust, and it was not a supportive environment for me. Trust me, I've been there. I've cried in my car several times after classes like that. And I don't go back because that was not a form of joyful movement for me. I felt that feeling of shame again because I couldn't keep up with the rest of the class. So when you find something that you enjoy and you're able to go at your own pace and your own intensity, that feeling of shame, that feeling of overtraining, and even the sense of burnout that can come from going to something like that consistently, we don't have to worry about that happening, which is really nice. You're going to boost your self-esteem. You're going to have a more positive body image, and you're less likely to compare yourself to other people, or even internalize like unrealistic beauty standards when you are moving your body in a way that you like, which is really, really cool. I mean, who knew that, finding movement you enjoy was a fun way to fight the patriarchy? Yay. We love that. The other thing that I loved about the Zumba classes that I went to, and again, I'm like a class person. I enjoy working out with other people. So for me, my joyful movement came with a sense of like social and like community building. And even just going to the gym, you'll find that you might create a gym BFF that you go to the gym with on a regular basis. And even though you guys are doing your own separate workouts, it's still nice to have that sense of community. Like, oh, there's another person in the gym with me right now that I know and can chat to and can take a water break with. When you are engaging in activities with other people who share that interest or that value, you're building friendships, you're building support systems, and these really cool networks that just like enrich your life. I got to photograph some of the women in my Zumba class because we met each other and we built a relationship, and then they felt comfortable enough coming to me for a photo shoot. Things like that. Like when I had to leave the class, again, hopefully temporarily, I was devastated by I felt like I was losing all of these friends. People that I really liked seeing every single week. I wanted to hear about their kid's wedding. How was their garden doing? Like, how are the bees that you keep doing? Are the bees happy? I want to know. And it was a really nice way of meeting new people and having this like little community that just kind of felt like mine that I could go to every week. When you're in these like social situations with your joyful movement, it gives you the chance to learn from other people and to exchange ideas and get feedback maybe on problems that you're having. And it all just contributes to this more like positive and inclusive environment, which I think is one of the biggest perks to me since finding exercise that I really enjoy. So really, like in conclusion, exercise is not something we are going to do to punish ourselves anymore. Okay? We are not doing it because we ate a cookie. We are not doing it because we have to do it, because we skipped a workout earlier and like, oh my God, we're so lame and stupid if we don't do it today. No more shame, no more punishment, no more feeling guilty about it. We're going to exercise because we like it, because we found something we enjoy. And for the people out there who have exercises that we have to do because it's best for our body, even those that like get assigned to us that maybe are not our favorite in the world, I think a good doctor or physical therapist is still going to work with you and try to find movement that they know you can consistently do. I mean, I will shout out my first PT for that, because I would show up and he'd be like, oh, what do you feel about that exercise you've been doing for a week? And I'm like, honestly, I hate it. And he's like, okay, we are going to pivot to something else, because he knew I probably wasn't going to stick to something I didn't enjoy doing. So even if like right now you can't find a form of joyful movement you enjoy because you have to do these other things to get strength back into your body, or to fix maybe a problem you just had, or like, I don't know, heal after surgery, I get it. I really do hope, and I am crossing my fingers so hard for you, that you can eventually find movement that you enjoy, that you don't have to do to like get better. But yeah, the joyful movement, man, it just makes exercise so much better. It turns it from a chore into this like sense of fulfillment. And go ahead and explore your options. Maybe it's yoga or Tai Chi or Pilates or running or hiking. I don't even know. There's like a million options out there, and I'm sure you're going to find one that feels good to you. And I'm excited for you to go out and explore and see what that is. Who knows? Also, if you're local and you need a workout buddy, let me know. I'm happy to hit up a gym or something. with you. I prefer working out with other people. I think it's way more fun that way. All right, before we get to this week's Total Babe that I want to talk about, just a reminder, you can find me at bucksandboudoir.com, and I'm on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all at Bucks and Boudoir. I'm on Pinterest too. Come find me there. If you need to reach out to me, there are contact forms, or you can send me a DM. I'm happy to talk about anything and everything. If you want to set up a session with me, reach out. And even if you're just looking for more advice, more education, my blog is full of stuff. So check out the Bucks and Boudoir blog, and maybe there are even more tools and resources in there for you so that your self-love journey can run a little more smoothly. Okay, I want to talk to you guys about Nora Langdon. She is a baddie. She was a realtor her whole life, and at like 65, she was realizing that she was really struggling with like going up and down stairs. She was getting out of breath, and she's like, okay, this is not working for me. I am like losing all of my strength and mobility. I got to start doing something about that. So she went to a weightlifting gym and started pumping weights. And she has this funny quote. I guess it's not that funny, but she said like on her first day when she started at the gym, she went home that night and told herself, I am never going back again, because it was too much for her. And this voice in her head was like, go back. And she did. And now here she is. She's like beating records. She is like crushing it in the senior division of weightlifting competitions. I believe she's 80 now, or just over 80, and just destroying her competition. Her coach even said at one of the first competitions they went to, the judges called him over and they're like, you put down too much weight for her. Like, do you know that that's kind of a lot of weight you just put down on the floor for her? And he's like, no, she's got it. And she did. She has broken world records. Like Mrs. Nora Langdon, I guess, I don't know if she's married or not. Miss or Mrs. Nora Langdon is just crushing it. To her age is just a number, and she is out there inspiring people to live a healthier life. She powerlifted at one point, squatted 413 pounds. That blows my mind. That is so freaking cool. She's like, I'm beating everyone from 60 years up into my own age. She said, I have no competition. That is the confidence that I strive for. That's so cool. She is on Instagram. I'd recommend going and finding her. I think she's a really, really cool lady. And she's just out here living her best life now. Like, her health really took a priority for her. And guess what? She found something she enjoyed. She likes powerlifting. She likes lifting weights. That is an inspiration to me. I am very intimidated to go into weight rooms at gyms, but I don't know if Nora can do it. Maybe I could do it too. I could maybe pick up a dumbbell or like a barbell and give this a shot, right? In one interview that she had with CNN, she had said at the end, basically like, never stop moving. You know, the worst thing you can do as you get older is to stop moving. And she's like, maybe that's not weightlifting for you. Maybe that's rollerblading or walking, whatever it is, just keep moving. You got to keep that strength up, right, in your body. And I think that's really good advice. Like, our bodies were made to move, and it's important to let them do that if you physically can. So yeah, Miss Nora Langdon, super cool lady. Definitely go check her out. Go hit up her Instagram. She is such a baddie, and again, a total babe in my opinion, because she is out here doing that darn thing and lifting so much weight. It's incredible. I will leave you all then with the same reminder that I'm always going to leave you with, that your body is a good body and you deserve some self-kindness. So be nice to yourself, okay? Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you again in another episode. Bye.